everyone, welcome to this review. This is going to be for a Minecraft movie. Thank you so much for staying patient with me. I was supposed to post this a few days after I posted my reel, which was my initial reaction to the film. But like always, I procrastinate a lot of stuff, and so I am making up for that right now. So, a Minecraft movie came out a few weeks ago, and if you watched my reel, basically this video will give most of those general thoughts, plus a couple additional thoughts that I have. Basically, going to be talking about what I thought about the movie, what I thought about the theater experience, and especially what I'm looking forward to with the future of a Minecraft movie. And so, just a little bit of information for who made this movie. This was directed by Jared Hess. In the reel, I talked about how he was the same director who did Nacho Libre and Napoleon Dynamite. And I also said if you love both of those movies, there's a very good chance you will love this movie. Because Jared Hess has a very specific style of humor, more catered to like obnoxious jokes or like performances that are a little bit of absurd with the cast and crew. But at least for me, it brings a lot of good laughs. Nacho Libre is one of my favorite comedies of all time. So, I mean, obviously, I was excited for this movie based on that. And the fact that it was a Minecraft movie. Basically, one of my favorite video games is Minecraft. But in terms of the movie, I just want to talk a little bit about my overall experience with the movie itself. Now, I don't know how much I would have liked it if I wasn't in a packed theater. This is a movie that works really well with a bunch of friends or even a crowd of people watching together. Because this is a movie that celebrates the creativity of Minecraft and especially celebrates the comedy of Jared Hess. And so when you have a group of people who really like that style of humor, I mean, obviously, they're all going to eat it up and you're all going to be bursting out laughing. That was basically my experience watching this movie. This is a wickedly funny movie. There are plenty of jokes that I did not expect to land, but they did. A lot of that comes to the cast, which is phenomenal. Especially, you have Jason Momoa and you have Jack Black playing the two of the basic main characters. Jason Momoa plays this guy named Garrett, the garbage man Garrison. He's hilarious, probably my highlight. And then what I really appreciated about Jack Black being in this film is it granted him an opportunity to access what I love about a film like Nacho Libre, where Jack Black has a lot of chaotic energy in him. And as of like the past decade or so, that really hasn't been able to be unlocked. Jumanji did a good job of doing that. If you're Welcome to the Jungle, which this movie actually has a lot of parallels to. But I really appreciate that Jack Black was given the opportunity to basically just be himself and be as obnoxious as possible. So his performance was really funny as well. Rest of the cast is great, not as good as those two, but I still think they do a great job in their respective roles. And yeah, just the humor, the Minecraft puns, the quotes, and just basically everything with the humor here, it worked a lot for me. But aside from humor, I got to talk about some technical things because I am a film buff. So there are obviously a couple of things that as a movie it doesn't work as well, and the biggest complaints I really had is how familiar the story was and how little the characters were actually developed. So you have this world of Minecraft, which is really known for creativity, and I can appreciate this film celebrating creativity in kind of a different way than what people would expect. But I do feel there was a big missed opportunity in terms of having this compelling narrative and story where you can really celebrate creativity in not only real life circumstances, but in the video game itself. For what it is, it does a good job. There's some really good uses of the world of Minecraft in order to, establish some of the action sequences and especially to basically build up a bunch of the jokes. I thought there was a lot of great ways they did that. But in terms of like maybe like a follow up, like a sequel that could happen with this movie, I feel there's so much more that they could do with this. Um, and I'm actually really excited for them because this movie is an opportunity to see what works and what doesn't in terms of a Minecraft movie. And I think they got a lot of strengths, and they also have a lot of new opportunities for a sequel in order to improve what this movie established. And not only that, I think the villain, there's good ideas with the villain, but unfortunately, it's a pretty typical villain, like you'd expect with movies like this. Um, and I also want to point out on the technical side, the things that I was impressed with, the visual effects. I thought there was a lot of really great practical effects. If you didn't know, they're actually built like block sets in order for like the backgrounds to feel a little more real, and then they touched it up with a ton of CGI. It all looks really good. Honestly, I have huge respect for whoever did the visual effects for this movie. It is really darn good. Um, and then also, I think just again, like going back to the characters, it doesn't feel like the characters really have a like distinguished arc from other films, or the arcs aren't really explored in a way that I haven't seen before. Most of it's just put in there to give at least some connection to the characters, which I was totally fine with. I wasn't bothered by it, but it still felt like there could have been more to it. Like they hint at the potential for these characters, and it's just never fulfilled because obviously the movie's main mission is to entertain kids and especially to create a bunch of memes, which a lot of people aren't going to like, but honestly, I kind of appreciated it. So I would say overall, I thought this was a really fun movie. Oh, I forgot to talk about my theater experience. This was one of the funnest theater experiences I've had in quite some time. This is like this is what I want a lot of theater experiences to be like, where even kids are excited for like to go to the theater and like just really embrace what's being put on the screen. And so like the kids were shouting lines because of the memes that were developed from this movie. And they were especially like there was a lot of times where they cheered, like they started standing up and clapping because of certain references. There's one that was really special where a real life person is cameoed in this movie, and all the kids knew who this person was, and they started clapping and cheering. And it was honestly, it was so cool because I didn't know too much other than what ended up happening to that person. But I really love the tribute that was given to them. If you don't know who this is Technoblade, who was a Minecraft player who passed away a couple years ago from cancer. And so, I mean, I really respect the heck out of this movie for doing that. Like the kids enjoyed that so much, and that touched me a lot. To see kids excited to go to the movies, and so again, like now that I've said my theater experience, like hopefully you're not in a theater where like everyone's going too crazy, but I hope that you also have a theater packed with kids and families as a whole who will all just embrace this movie and enjoy it and have a good time. And so overall, I think as a family piece of entertainment and as a Minecraft movie, it does a good enough job at entertaining that I can recommend you go check this out in the theater. If you're not into the style of Jared Hess, or you're not into Minecraft, or you're not into like Jack Black being obnoxious, this probably isn't going to work for you because like other than that, there's not much of a story to connect with or characters to connect with. So I just want to say thank you so much for tuning into today's episode and review. Be on the lookout for a couple of reviews coming out in the future. Hopefully, I will hold to that promise as soon as I can. And I hope you all have a great day. I hope you enjoy Minecraft. And if you have any recommendations for movies you want me to check out, feel free to comment that down below. Have a good day. Bye.